here is a game I loved back in the day and I still love playing now. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time from Konami. It hit the arcades in a wonderful 4-player cabinet in 1991. The game starts with an introductory cutscene, with the Turtles watching a TV newscast with April O'Neil reporting from Liberty Island.
This is April O'Neil reporting.
Hey, Krang! Bring that statue back, you bloated beanbag!
Suddenly, Krang flies in using a giant ecto-suit and steals the Statue of Liberty, moments before Shredder hijacks the airwaves to laugh at the Turtles. The Turtles jump into action in downtown New York and pursue the Foot Clan through the streets and city sewers, where they meet up with Shredder, who banishes them through a time warp, and this is where the action really kicks off. The original music used in the arcade game was composed by Mitsuko Izumi, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle veteran who also composed the music for the previous arcade game in the series. It was arranged for the Super Famicom version by Kazuhiko Uehara and Harumi Ueko, both of whom went on to produce several Konami games. In addition to the original music score, the attract mode of the arcade game is noted for featuring the song Pizza Power, which was taken from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live concert, known as Coming Out of Their Shells Tour. So now you know where that groovy intro music originated from.
Forgot the sun cream. Duh, my nose.
So here we go with the first port, and the version I played the most and still own my original copy to this very day. This is the Super Famicom version, or SNES version if you prefer. This is not arcade perfect, but many would say it is better than the arcade in many ways. Now while this version is missing some animations and graphical effects from the arcade version, it does add many extra stages, including one that makes extensive use of the Super Famicom's Mode 7 scrolling effect in the Neon Knight Riders level.
Big Apple, 3 a.m.
Sound also differs between the arcade and Super Famicom. This version is missing quite a few voice samples for both the Turtles and boss characters, as well as the opening theme, but that goes without saying. There are added voices though, such as the speech for the first stage introduction, which is missing on the arcade game for some reason. As well as the extra stages, some stages have been changed. For example, the Sewer Surfing and Neon Knight Riders stages are considered bonus stages now and feature different gameplay. Sewer Surfing also introduces the first of 4 new boss characters, being the Rat King. Slash replaces Cement Man in the prehistoric level, and on the pirate ship level, the duo of Bebop and Rocksteady replaced Toka and Razar, who were moved to the new Technodrome level. As you can see, this port is quite special. Much was lost, but much more was added. If only Konami had made this on a 16 megabit cartridge, then we could have had higher quality speech samples and more of them. Oh well. Now many may say that this Mega Drive game, known as Hyperstone Heist in Europe and Shredder's Revenge in Japan, isn't Turtles in Time, but I would disagree with that. You see, this is just as much Turtles in Time as the Super Famicom game was. It features elements from the arcade game as well as original elements. The gameplay is just like the arcade Turtles in Time, minus the into the screen throw. It also features the same music tracks and sound effects as well. It has the sprite animation from the Super Famicom game, and all bosses have the same attack patterns. In fact, you could think of this as an official hack of Turtles in Time. It's being sold off as a different game. But is it any good? I'd say so. While it lacks in the colour department, it does make up for that in speed. This plays much more in line to the arcade version than the Super Famicom version did. It's fast and fluid, making for a more action-packed game. That's not to say the Super Famicom version is bad, far from it. It's just not as fast as the original or this Mega Drive game. I bet you didn't expect me to feature this version. This is an unlockable version found on the god-awful Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Mutant Nightmare. I had to play through 60 mind-numbingly dull missions to unlock this port. Or is it a port? Well, I'm thinking this could be emulation of the arcade game, but with all the speech changed and the music replaced with some lame-ass generic crap. But upon further inspection, there are effects missing, such as the wavy water on the sewer stage. Would this be a case of port emulation? Or is this actually a port? I can't be sure, but what I can say is that it does look rather nice, even if some things do seem a little choppy. And finishing up, we have the reshelled version for the Xbox 360. This was developed by Ubisoft Singapore. Like the PS2 game, this has also had the speech and music changed, but at least this time it resembles the arcade game a little more. As for how it plays, well, it doesn't feel exactly right, but overall I feel it isn't too bad. The thing that really lets this version down is the music. When my son and I used to play this years ago, we'd replace the music with the Super Famicom soundtrack. It was cool how that could be done on earlier Xbox consoles. And let's take a look at all those versions of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time running side by side.